So what is up, Pimpsos and Buffalos, and welcome back today to another video commentary and to another episode of Real Talk Wednesday, the series where we don't sit here talking about Call of Duty gameplay. We sit here talking about things that are hopefully going to affect each and every one of you at some stage during your life. So by the end of the video, you can possibly take something away from it, you can learn from something, and then maybe think about the topic in even more depth in your own minds. But anyway, what we're going to be talking about today is originality. Not just originality on YouTube, I will briefly touch upon that as well, but originality in life. What can you do to be different, to stand out from the crowd, and to give you better opportunities in not only education, but in job applications and so on and so forth, and stuff like that. But first of all, I do briefly want to talk about the gameplay in the background. It's some ground war kill confirmed on the map Raid. Yes, I know, facepalm. That was me slapping my face. It's Raid. We've all seen so many Raid gameplays before, but this is going to be knife only. We're using the UAV, the Dragonfire, and the VSAT, and I thought this was pretty cool for the background of a Real Talk Wednesday video. It's nothing too special, but it's pretty entertaining at the same time. But anyway, moving on from there, let's talk about originality, being different and standing out from the crowd. And first of all, because the general demographic of my videos, you guys are probably either thinking about going to university or further education, college, and so on and so forth. So you guys are probably thinking what you need to write in a personal statement. What can you do to make that college or university want to have you on their course instead of Bill, John, Rob, David, Darren, Roger, who also want to apply for that course? What can you say to portray yourself in a better light than someone else? And pretty much being original and doing things that people also don't do is the way to go about that. Say for instance, you've got some pretty good grades at A-level and GCSE. Say for instance, you've got 10 decent GCSEs and you've got yourself 3 A's at A-level, but there's also another 20 candidates with exactly the same grades as you applying for the one space at this one university. So what can you do to make yourself original? What can you do to make that university or that college decide to pick you instead of something else? So this is where the personal statement comes in. You talk about what other things you do outside of school, outside of just general curricular activities. For example, you could be a lifeguard, you could have done a swimming course or something. This is exactly what you need to try to show off when you're doing a personal statement. I know that maybe if you want to be an accountant, the fact you're a level 15 swimmer, it may not really bode you in any particular light whatsoever. But the fact you've actually been proactive, you've started to talk about things that you've done instead of just doing what is basically required from you. That is exactly what people that are looking for, candidates at university and further education, that is what they're looking for. They're not just looking for people that do the bare minimum. They're looking for people that push the boat out, to pardon the very, very common phrase. But that is exactly pretty much what it's all about. Being original, it's not about doing pretty much the bare minimum of what is expected for you. It's pretty much going out there, doing things off your own back, learning different things, taking different courses to make yourself different from other people. And luckily for me, in terms of YouTube, I do briefly want to speak about something else, but luckily for me, I do the Peter Griffin voices, and that has got me a lot of recognition on YouTube. So no one can really say that I'm not really original in what I do, because I try to make my series and what I do in terms of my videos pretty much tailored to what I enjoy doing and what my strengths are. So, moving away from YouTube once again, I will go back to it in a minute. I realize the sort of layout of this commentary is going to be pretty damn random, but in terms of job applications as well, once again, similarly to sort of university and further education, there's going to be a lot of people wanting this one job that you're going to go after. For example, at the moment, in pretty much worldwide, there is this problem where there are so many people unemployed. I'm going to use the US and also the UK as examples. I don't really have any statistics and figures for you because they do change on a daily basis, and someone will go ahead and say, actually, there's actually 15 million people that are not employed in the south of the United Kingdom. I know that's an exaggerated amount, but I'm not really going to go ahead and say that there's X amount of people, because there are a lot of people that don't have jobs. Some of these people don't have jobs because, quite frankly, they cannot be bothered to get off their ass and get a job. But sometimes the reason these people do not have jobs is because they are going into a field which is very, very competitive. I will use myself once again as an example. I want to go into radio production. I want to be a radio presenter. The dream is to commentate a World Cup final. Football. I don't know, 2014? That's quite far away. I do need to establish myself first. But in terms of being original, what can I say that I've done in order to make someone at a radio station employ me? Well, for example, I've got this pretty much decent YouTube channel, which I could show them that I've been presenting, producing stuff for over a year now. But what else can I do to make myself stand out from the crowd? Well, you can go to work experience, you can go and stay in a radio station for a few days, and that is what I intend to do at some point this year, to pretty much get a feel for it, so that when they ask you questions about X, Y, and Z, you can give them some sort of answer. But in terms of YouTube, I know that, you know, I'm running short of time in terms of the gameplay here, and I probably should have done the commentary and then worried about the gameplay in the background. But, you know, I think I've said enough. You guys get the idea. But in terms of YouTube, me, myself, and a lot of other commentators as well, we've been complaining that views have been down, and pretty much every single time a video doesn't do very well, the generic response will be, the sub boxes again, YouTube sub boxes, we hate you. But when I actually sit down and think about it, is it not just the fact that there are so many people doing a similar thing? How many people made Call of Duty videos 5 years ago? You can probably count them on a couple of hands. How many people make Call of Duty videos now? Thousands upon thousands and thousands. The saturation of the market means there will always be someone doing something better than you, and that is where the viewers come in. If there is someone that's getting high-scoring gameplays that gets 200 kills, but then there's someone doing the same map and all of that sort of stuff and gets 100 kills, I know which person's going to get my view, and it's the same with pretty much everything on YouTube. There's a lot of people doing Call of Duty videos, and there's, you know, a lot of competition for it. So maybe if you're struggling on YouTube, you're wondering why the views are down, don't just go ahead and blame it on sub boxes. This is what I'm going to do from now on. If a video doesn't do so well, what can I do better to make me original, make people want to see me instead of something else? But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully, I've got my point across as best as I possibly can. Be original, be different, stand out from the crowd, take a risk, and maybe it may pay off. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please don't hesitate to leave it a like rating. It really does help my channel out and lets me know whether or not you guys are enjoying the videos. And I will speak to you tomorrow with Female Thursday. Laters, pimps, hoes, and buffaloes. I'm crazy. Peace.